We are into episode 3 of season 3 of Alice in Borderland, and we got not 1, not 2, but 3 games in this episode. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review the 3rd episode of the 3rd season. And will it be the best of the 3 that we've seen so far? Episode 1 we gave a 4.5, episode 2 we gave a 6, so we're heading in the right direction. Will episode 3 get the highest rating so far? We're going to have to wait and see, but we begin in the middle of the zombie hunt game, and we get revealed that there's a few people infected. Some of the infected ended up getting shotgunned, that they die. Nobu is basically forced into killing one of the infected. If not, they were going to beat up Arisu, so he has to use his zombie card and kills one of the infected players. He didn't want to do it, but he had no choice. Ikeno, who seems to be the villain in this little mini game, he's sending out all his players to kill all the zombies. He then sits down with what's her name, Ray, and he uses his shotgun card on her. But it turns out she's not infected, and I don't really know what her plan was in the first place, because at the end of the last episode, she basically said, yeah, it's getting interesting now that nobody trusts each other. And I don't know if this was her plan to get everybody into shooting each other, but at the moment it doesn't seem like she's got a clue what she's doing. At least I don't think she has a game plan, at least not one that is guaranteed to get you to survive. Arisu, though, he sits down with a player and he manages to convince him into not using his zombie card. But then when he plays Nobu, he gets Nobu to infect him and he tells, trust me, Nobu. So then Arisu gets Nobu to go around infecting the rest of their team, and then Arisu plays against Ray and he infects her too. So Arisu's got this, I guess, this plan that since there's a lot of zombies taking over and that these zombies are probably going to win because how fast they're multiplying, instead of trying to prevent becoming a zombie or to try and kill the zombies, the best thing is to just turn into a zombie and then the zombie team will win. So we then see there's a race at the end. So I think in the second last game, Arisu turns Rhea into a zombie, and then Nobu at the end manages to touch Tetsu and he gives Tetsu the zombie card, and at this point Tetsu thinks that he's dead, but it turns out no, you're not dead. In fact, your life has just been saved, because at the end of the game the zombies win by like a pretty large margin. I think it was like something 27 to
13.
Something like that.
But
even though it can't be that, because 40 people started and some of them were dead, so I'm not quite sure what the number was.
Technically they're still zombies though, aren't they?
Oh yeah, but
well, I think a key thing is, so 40 people could have survived this game, and Arisu wanting to become... If you don't want to kill people, infecting everyone's the way to go.
Yeah, I don't understand
They could have actually just openly discussed this.
See when it clicked in his mind, the best way for us to win is to become zombies. See, instead of trying to hide this and try and say... Why didn't he just... And I get it, because the other people did seem almost like villainish, and maybe they wouldn't get on board, and maybe if you tell them your plan, then it makes it harder for you to actually infect. It does, because then they're more likely to use their shotgun card on you. I get that, but at the same time, if there was enough rounds left when Arisu figured this out, and I'm assuming there was, why didn't he just sit down, before the rounds start, and just tell everybody here, if you're not infected? Because even if there was a few rounds to go, there would have been plenty. I think you would only need 2 rounds to go to have enough time to do this.
No, I agree.
Because let's say this, even if the zombies were like, even if you only had like 10 zombies, in 2 rounds you could easily infect everybody.
But see, the villains, they thought the best way of doing it was killing the zombies. If they realised that they were outnumbered, they would have become infected. And that's why keeping it secret was not the best idea. It's not like the zombies were getting beat 35-5 going into like the last round and it just switched. They were obviously getting beat for a couple of rounds to go. But again, they lose, and then they're kind of just sitting there, and that guy looks up, he's the last one to get killed, the main guy that was leading them, and then he dies, and it's like, well, that was obviously going to happen.
I just think Arisu could have... I don't know, I just think Aru
He could have saved more people, I guess, but I mean, it's not on to him.
No, it's not like, but yeah, I just think they could have saved way more people here.
And these guys did kill the wee Specky man.
True, so maybe
So
they were
fuck
bad
them.
people and maybe they didn't deserve to live because at the end of the day, you know, they were willing to kill in order to try and survive.
And also, what are they going to do in the next game that might actually require killing people? And this is a game that didn't.
Yeah, so
necessarily.
in hindsight, maybe Arisu was just right to try.
I also think the vaccine card was a waste. Fucking.
Yeah, did anybody even use it?
I don't think anybody did.
So yeah, maybe Arisu was just right to, you know, try and save the people that he deemed were good, or, you know, people that weren't willing to kill. Right. We then move straight. Natsu invites Rei to join their group. That's all good. Then we go straight into the next game, and it's Usagi and Reiju, and they're playing lasers. And this guy is doing.
I forgot this game even existed.
This guy is doing all sorts of wheelies. It's like he was at the skateboard park, but in his wheelchair, and he is. I mean, he is doing 45-degree spins. He's up on one wheel, avoiding all the lasers. I mean, what the hell?
Do you want to know what he's doing? Utter bullshit is what he's doing. No,
Parkour on a fucking wheelchair.
See this game. This deserves to be. This is. If there's one game that should be the final game and get a proper introduction, it's this game. We are talking about flying lasers. This is like the Resident Evil movie laser room on fucking crack.
I don't think it's the final game. I think it's a throwaway game.
This is an impossible game. No, how the fuck did so many people make it out of this game? Like, it's not even.
How many people started? You say so many, not that many people.
Well, all I know is a guy in a wheelchair shouldn't make it out of this game. What they should have done is that he should have literally lost his legs.
Hold on, was it only 4 people that made it? I'm pretty sure it was only him, Usagi, and those 2 girls, sisters or whatever they were. So I mean, only 4 people really survived.
Well, we don't. There could have been more. I can't
But you
remember.
you seen this Ryu? What's his name? Rudy?
Wheelchair guy.
Ryuji. I'm gonna go with
Nail legs. We'll call him nail legs.
Ryuji.
Nail legs.
I'm gonna go with Ryuji. I'm gonna go with Ryuji.
No, but it was bullshit.
But he was actually throwing people in front of the lasers. But then again, how would that stop the laser from hitting him?
Exactly.
I mean, look at Resident Evil. That trap there. You could throw someone in the laser. It's still gonna get you.
See the lasers, right? They were like waist height. There was lasers that were all different heights. There's no way a guy in a wheelchair survives this. It's bullshit. No, this is fucking horse shit is what this is.
Yeah, because like, see the ones that were waist height, they were essentially having him duck.
But then
And,
there was ones that were like,
ankle height, and he wasn't being infected.
and he wasn't jumping.
And when his
He
wheelchair
can't jump in a wheelchair. He should have at least lost the wee small wheels on his wheelchair. No, I could have got sliced.
Now there
off.
was some like pillars and stuff like that.
Yes, but you had to get up a certain. You had to get up a bit, didn't you? Or else you could just camp behind a pillar the whole game.
Yeah, so I'm a bit confused how this guy survived. He falls out his wheelchair, you think it's done, and then Usagi comes and helps him survive, so... there you go. I wouldn't recommend playing this game in a wheelchair.
It just, you say it's throwaway, right? And it is, but to me, it's too of a chaotic game and a very hard game to just spawn in mid-game.
Yeah, but I think it's the kind of game where they only really want it to be on for a few minutes. It's not the kind of game that's going to last 20 minutes, or else it would get very fucking repetitive.
But would you not argue it's
Just
probably
like
a bit hard to
just like that game in Season 2 where it was Kiana and I think Anne and they were throwing fucking balls at each other?
Yeah, but do you think this game's the
Do you remember
hardest?
that game?
Yes, but I think this game's like the hardest.
Yeah, but I think it is one of those games where they kind of just use it as like a segue in between.
Well, his legs should have been segued.
I just don't think this is a game that lasts 25, 30 minutes.
I'll agree with that, but I don't think he should be surviving it.
Anyway, 4 survive. The 2, they recognise Usagi and they basically make fun of her dad for killing himself. Which
Fair
felt a
enough.
bit...
If you want to make fun of suicide, then go ahead.
Didn't really understand the point of this, especially after Usagi just
I
kind
know
of
your
helped
name.
them, through this game, but it is what it is. Right, then we get flashbacks, and it is revealed that Banda instructed Ryuji to bring Usagi to the Borderlands to lure Arisu there. So, there you go. And Usagi basically agreed with Ryuji's plan. She wanted to come here because she was dreaming of her father, and I don't know if her coming here would make her see her father again or something like that. Not really sure what the point was, but aye. So there you go. At this point, this Ryuji guy, he's lured Usagi into the Borderlands because Banda wants to get his hands on Arisu.
It just seems like a big load of shite, doesn't it? I mean, why is the guy got such a beef with Arisu?
Well, I mean, if it gets revealed later on that there's not enough good players.
Yeah, I know, but it's like Arisu is just one fucking guy.
I'm sure there's lots of Arisus.
Well, maybe there is, but
Maybe there isn't, but
who fucking knows?
Point is, though, in Season 2, the Game Masters had to fucking win or else they were dead.
Yeah. So
Why does this guy want good players? And that's what I think every game in Season 2 there was stakes on the line because you were actually
a team had to lose.
You were actually up against the Game Master. Where's the risk in Season 3?
There ain't one.
It's almost like everyone could team up and play together.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I think it mattered more when there was an actual Game Master, and if you beat him, the Game Master were dead.
We're missing that element. I don't. But see, essentially what it is just fucking. It just feels weird, the motive of this season. Oh, we're in there to prove it exists.
Right, we then move into the final game. It's Runaway Train. This game's going to be played once again by Usagi and Ryuji, and you got those two females that joined them. You got a bunch of other people. You got a brother and sister. You got a guy that claims to be a train conductor or a train driver or some sort of train.
He knows trains. He knows the trains.
And this game is going to be Runaway Train, and basically they are in carriage 1, and then there's 8 carriages in front of them. And they need to get to the top of the car. So, I mean, 9 carriages, but the first carriage doesn't really count as one. So, they need to get through the next 8 carriages. The 4 are going to be filled with oxygen and 4 are going to be filled with poison gas.
Sounds fun, doesn't it, guys?
They've got 5. They've got 5 oxygen tanks that they can use to cancel out the poison gas rooms. But there's no way to really conclude which carriages are going to have the poison gas. So, they kind of just have to guess. They use their oxygen for the first one, and it didn't have any. Then they use their oxygen for the they use the oxygen for the first one, and it was fake. There was nothing in it. So that means they've got 4 oxygen tanks left, and there's 4 rooms with poison gas. So after the first one, they've got no more error for mistake. And the second one, they use it, and it does have poison gas in it, and you can see the wee budgie dying.
Yeah,
it's kind of sick here that they're just killing off budgies.
I know, like, there is other ways of fucking proving it, probably, but I mean, there's no point going through each carriage, is there really? I mean, people die, people don't. Some people take risks to train guys like, oh, there's something up here that proves it's like this, so that means we're all good. And
yeah,
then
basically,
out, the model's different. It's not that actually.
Yeah,
you've just got us through on luck. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
he got you that far.
He thought he knew the model of the train, and therefore he knew like where they had like compartments big enough and whatnot to hold like the poison gas. So he gets them to carriage 6, and then he's like, oh shit, wait, actually, I don't know.
I don't know, boss.
I don't know. So he gets and he doesn't know. He says, oh, it's the wrong train. Then Usagi, so they've got 2 oxygen tanks left, and there's 2 rooms with poison gas, and she believes that this is going to be one of them. So they put their oxygen tanks in, and it turns out that carriage 6 actually was fine.
I think you had to take the risk here and just not do it, and then save the 2 canisters up in case the last 2 were. But obviously the situation is that they would have been fine, so they've wasted it, and it means they cannot survive with 2 to go. Oh no! That's a great cliffhanger for an episode, isn't it?
What?
What?
Why are you being sarcastic?
I'll tell you why I'm being fucking sarcastic, because they fucking ruined it, that's why. It was a good cliffhanger, and then look at the state of the next episode, they fucking completely undone it.
Right, well anyway guys...
No, but you've got a situation here where it's like, holy fuck, these main characters are screwed. They can't complete these games.
Well, so obviously they're going to have to do something, they're going to have to come up with a new tactic.
They cheat it, that's what they do. They create a fucking loophole, which is pathetic. They should never have done that. That just pissed me off, that in episode 4, but that's for episode 4, not for episode 3. But you can greet
anyway, guys,
why are you greeting
that's it. So
why are you greeting
there's 2 more carriages left, and they've only got 1 more oxygen tank, so they're fucked. How are they going to make it? We'll have to wait and see. But also in this episode, we also seen another train like go side by side, and we just seen a bunch of dead bodies in it. So everyone was kind of like fucked. Everyone was they obviously ran out of oxygen and they were all
And also,
suffering the effects
did
of
we
the
not
poison
see
gas.
Arisu in this episode? Another train?
I think he was in the next one.
Next one. Well, he made it all the way. There was no risk. He didn't have to cheat.
Oh, well, he probably did it the right way. Anyway, guys, that's it. What are you giving this rating?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10 as well. Why not, guys? There you go. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.